Hello, thanks for tuning in. I'm your host, Sean. Welcome to another installment of Fitness for You. What I wanted to talk about today is really how to get started. A lot of people ask me, hey, what's the secret? How do you get fit and stay fit? What can I do to be in good shape and have some muscle definition? A lot of this depends on what your goals are. My goals may be different than yours. Being physically fit and feeling good does not mean you have to have a lot of muscle definition. If muscle definition is what you want and you want to get stronger, then I am going to give you the secret right away. Most people, when they hear the secret to this, choose not to do it. But this is it. Literally, the secret to getting in really good shape is to, ready? Eat less, work out more. That's it. If you do that, you will get in better shape. So what I would do to get started, depending on what your goals are, your path may vary, but to get started, it's the same. Take your weight right now and multiply that by 14. And that's going to give you the approximate amount of calories it's going to take to maintain your weight. So I was 139.7 pounds this morning. So we'll just say 140. I'm just for some ratio, I'm 6 feet tall and, well, as of this morning, 140 pounds. So that's about 1,960 calories. You can check my math. I think that's right. 1,960 calories a day for me to maintain this weight. So what I would do to start, depending on what you want, if you want to lose weight, go ahead and multiply your current weight by 14, and then take off 200 calories and eat 200 calories less. And keep weighing yourself. I weigh myself every day, even now. I've been the same weight for years, but I do just to stay on track. It helps to keep me motivated and not only to realize where my weight is on that particular day, but where it's heading, and to make sure I don't lose weight as well as gain too much weight. But this start will work for anyone, even if you want to gain weight. It's going to give you a good baseline, and that's what you need. So multiply your weight by 14. If you want to lose weight, start taking away 200 calories a day and see how that goes. If you want to gain weight, add 200 calories. For me, as far as bulking up goes, it's not something I've really tried to do, but I would suggest leaning yourself out and then bulking out. I think that's a little better. But just, give it a try. You don't have to make yourself miserable to get in shape. You do have to learn how to be self-motivated. It's not hard per se. I mean, the process isn't hard. What's hard is really I think the determination that it takes and the self-discipline that it takes to maintain your diet and to maintain your exercise regimen. So as we go on through this series, I'll talk more about the exercises that I use and exercises that work for everybody. Now, as far as your calories go, just being honest, I mean, your body's going to react to calories the same no matter what they're from. So you don't have to have any kind of special diet or any kind of superfoods or anything like that. But what I will say is if you decide you want to have a Big Mac and fries and a Coke, that's probably going to be most of your calories for the day. And that's all you're going to be able to eat. And I don't know, I haven't checked on calories yet, but I'm guessing that's probably 1,500 calories or so. I'll check on that later. But if that's what you want, you can still lose weight doing that. I don't think you're going to feel as good doing that. I think it's much better, like for me, to take my 1,900 plus calories and I split it up into 4 small meals. And it keeps me pretty satiated throughout the day. I think that's a better plan, and I'll talk a little bit more about that. But for now, remember that fitness is about making you feel good. Okay, it's not necessarily about looking good. They can be one and the same. and you will look better just by getting in better shape. But the whole goal is to feel better while we're still sucking air, right? So yeah, take your weight, multiply it by 14, and see where you're at. And let's kind of start from there. Once you get your baseline, then you can decide how many calories you want. You're going to have to get either an app or some way to track your calories, and you need to track them consistently and appropriately. So that means, if you make yourself a burger and you use oil, you're going to have to include oil in that when you're tracking the calories. Whereas if you use like Pam or something, you probably don't have to. So just keep all that in mind, your sauces, all those things. Like I know a lot of people say, well, all I do is eat salads. What are you eating on your salad? Ranch dressing is probably worse for you than most anything else you can eat. If you're eating a salad with a ton of dressing on it, well, that's all fat, calories, and salt. So make good choices. You don't have to cut out foods you love, though. Just eat less. Eat less and work out more. That way you stay happy. I don't think that you have to just eat salads or cut out a specific food that you love. Just do it in moderation. I have an app that's built into my phone, my Samsung phone, that works great, and I track my meals on it, all my calories, my workouts. But there's a lot of apps like that. I'd suggest using something like that. It really does help, and you're going to have to be really, really, really engaged, and track everything you eat. You're going to have to probably get a food scale, depending on what kinds of things you make, so that you can weigh things out and get your portions appropriate. And once you get to where you want to be, it's a little easier. You also have to get used to feeling a little hungry, and that's okay. That means it's working. So if you kind of reprogram yourself to realize that, hey, feeling a little hungry isn't bad. It means that I'm doing the right thing. Look at that as a goal. You've heard the term "no pain, no gain," which is a misnomer. Number one, if you're working out and you feel pain, stop. Soreness is fine. No soreness, no gain is what it should be. But, back to that you kind of have to look at it that way. Look at hunger pains as soreness. You know you're doing the right thing. So if you work out really hard and you feel sore, it feels good to be sore. It hurts a little, but you know that you're making progress. If you're a little hungry, you're making progress. Don't starve yourself. That's not where I'm going. Also, with any exercise program, be sure you're in good enough health to start it. I'm not here to tell you if you are or not. If you have a lot of comorbidities and other medical problems, you probably do want to check with your doctor. I am a retired nurse. I'm not a physical therapist or an exercise therapist. All I can tell you is what works for me and what I know just works for people in general, just from being athletic most of my life and over the past 4 years, really, really working hard on myself. So with that, we'll continue this video series soon, and start at your baseline, see where you are, and next time when we get together, we'll talk a little bit more about foods. The foods that I personally like to eat. But remember, if you're going to build muscle, you're going to need protein. So you want to work protein in some way, shape, or form. Whether that's meats, I'm a vegetarian, but there's plenty of proteins you can get that aren't meat if you want that. Strictly up to you. With that, please, like, subscribe, tell your friends. I hope you get something out of this. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments. And oh yeah, listen to my band Rifle every day. Love one another.